coming into 2020, it's looking fairly positive. I mean, obviously the numbers have been good. We don't see any indicators that are giving us any big, major red flags at this point. So, some of the indicators are, it looks like mortgage rates are going to remain below 4%, which is a very positive, thing. Not only positive for the buyers, but like in one of my notes, I said it's also positive for renters. Because what happens is you have all these people that are renting places right now that are all of a sudden like, oh, look, we can get a mortgage rate and our payment would be similar to or less than what we're currently paying if we just went and bought a home or something like that. Well, then that means that there's more occupancies for rentals. So again, the rental market is the same as the home market, supply and demand. So if you have an increased supply of rental homes on the marketplace, people who are renting, their rates that they're paying per month probably will level out or stay the same, or even in some cases be less, just because they don't want vacancies in those rental places.
You've got the renters that would like to do something different. You've got those that are a little older, thinking that maybe they should do something different.
Yeah. You got the baby boomers. I mean, we're part of that whole group. And,
well, I'm closer to it than you are.
No, I'm there. I'm in the group. I'm part of the baby boomer group. I just made it. I just slid in by just a couple years. But I think the thing with the baby boomers and that sort of thing is there's two ways that they look at it. Number one is they've been very comfortable in their homes that they've been in. And so when you look at some of the remodeling numbers for building permits, that sort of thing, a lot of that has to do with baby boomers who have lived in their homes for many years and have decided instead of moving, we're very comfortable with where we're at. Why don't we just upgrade our existing home? Then you have other baby boomers who are like, it'd be nice to have the HOA because we've talked about that. Someone else to mow the lawn, shovel the grass, or shovel the snow.
Well, sometimes you're doing both.
That's right. And so we're seeing the builders reply to that demand. I mean, the builders are out there putting out developments that have some of those HOAs that allow people to be able to move into a little bit more of a carefree living experience. And speaking about the builders, I mean, I think one of the stats I put on here was since 1999, the home builders have reported their confidence level being at their highest level in reference to what's going to happen in the market coming up. So, again, another favorable indicator that you have builders that are all excited about what's coming up and what's happening.
Back around the turn of the decade, not the turn of the century, we did find that there were really two seasons. You had the warm season, and then you had the off season. Are we drawing a line in the sand now and saying nobody wants to buy during the wintertime?
It's not really the case. I mean, I think that technology and information has changed the whole dynamic, our industry and many industries, as a matter of fact. I mean, technology and information, we all have the ability to reach out and get any minutia of information that we're looking for. And I think that's, one of the things that we talk about where we as realtors have to look at it from the perspective that our clients can get all the information they want on past history of houses, that sort of thing. But in the same token, we are there to give them the insights to what's going on, with potential factors with the house, neighborhood, upcoming, conditions. So it's incumbent upon us to stay very in tune to what's happening, all the changes in the marketplace. So we live in an exciting time right now.
People will say we can go online, social media, we can go online with our computers, and we can find anybody to help us with the house. We don't really need the 800 and some professionals in Sioux Falls. Would you disagree with that?
Yeah, I would disagree. I think it's actually become more so where if you have someone that's reputable that's helping you, they're gonna make the process very seamless and something that you have confidence in the decision. This is a big decision. This is one of your major assets you have when it comes to your home, whether it's buying or selling. I know that there's people that can do it, and I applaud them. So I'm not saying that it shouldn't be done. I'm just saying that there's, like anything, I probably wouldn't go try a case without my lawyer. I wouldn't probably stand in court and say I'm going to do this without a lawyer because I need all their insights. I need all the fine minutia of, what's my rights, what's not. How do I protect myself? And that's what we do for our real estate clients.
There's a weekend between New Year's and you being on the show today. Was it a busy weekend? Did people come and look at houses?
We did. Yeah, it was a busy weekend. We just this last week, I think we had 2 houses that went under contract. We helped a couple buyers buy houses just in this last week, and so yeah, it was busy. And we had to cancel 2 of our open houses because the houses went under contract. The open houses that we did have, I think Rebecca had like 6 sets of people. I had 6 sets. Another one of the open houses we had, I think we had 4 sets of people, which is, I consider that just a nice, flow of people coming into an open house. When you have an open house from an hour to an hour and a half, it allows you to have conversations with people. When you have open houses where 20 sets of people show up, that's great. It's just that you don't get a chance to have a conversation.
It's not a one-on-one.
Right.
The buyers themselves, are they local? They're coming from other places, communities around Sioux Falls. Are they first-time home buyers?
Can I say yes?
Well,
to that answer?
That's the reason I gave you the three there.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's a good mix of all those. I mean, I think you have a number of people they're looking at move-ups. They're looking at moving up. They have an existing home. It's a great time for them to be able to cash in on the equity that's been built in their homes. I mean, over the last couple of years, if someone has bought a home within the last 5 years, I think they're always pleasantly surprised at the value of their home. And so that's one of the major players. The other is, of course, we just talked about the renters. When they're looking at what they're paying for rent versus a mortgage payment, depending on the price level or price point of their home that they're looking at, that also is a big driver. Yes, we're seeing a number of people that are coming from outside of Sioux Falls. I mean, Sioux Falls is definitely attracting a number of people, talent, workers, just because of what's going on. I mean, we've talked about the city of Sioux Falls as a whole is an amazing place, and you've got all these leaders that are doing wonderful things, and I think what we're going to do is just try to keep building on that.
He's Tony Bachman, Team Keller Williams. He is the keynoter. Are you getting your address ready for next Monday?
I'm working on it. Derek and I were just outside talking about the details for next week, so
okay.
We got all week to finalize it for you.
Happy New Year to you guys. Appreciate all that you bring to the table.
Yeah, thank you.